Mankind Pharma is coming out with its IPO. Now, before we give you any IPO details, let's take a quick glimpse into the company's history and how it became a successful business in 3 decades. Let's begin. Company's history. In the 1990s, pharmaceutical businesses were introduced by PhDs and doctors, but Mankind Pharma was invented by two medical sales representatives who were brothers, Rajiv Janeja and Ramesh Janeja. They raised just about Rs 50 lakhs through seed funding and started their journey. Initially, they did not have any manufacturing facility. They came up with a brilliant idea to source their products, package it, and get their representatives to spread the good word. This worked out, and today it employs over 14,000 people and is India's fourth largest pharmaceutical company by domestic sales. IPO details. IPO will open for subscription on April 25th and the issue size is Rs 4,326 crore. This IPO is a pure offer for sale, which means that the company will not get any funds and the entire amount will go to the selling shareholders. Promoters currently have 79% stake and post-IPO they will own 76.5% holding. PE investors will hold about 13% post-IPO and rest being public. About the company. Mankind Pharma is engaged in developing, manufacturing and marketing a diverse range of pharmaceutical formulations across various acute and chronic therapeutic areas as well as several consumer healthcare products. Focused on the domestic market as of FY22, it derived about 98% of its revenue from India operations. The company operates 25 manufacturing facilities across India and has a field force of 11,691 medical representatives. Key products and sales breakup. Talking about highest selling domestic formulation brands and other key consumer and healthcare brands, there are quite many brands like Neurokind from gastrointestinal segment, Moxykind from anti-infective segment, Codistar from respiratory area, Gasofast, Preganews, Manforce and many others. Strengths and weaknesses of the business. Starting with strengths, for a relatively young company, Mankind seems to have a strong position in the domestic market with a diversified portfolio across key therapeutic areas. It is the fourth largest in the Indian pharma market. It holds first rank in prescription, which is 1 in every 6 prescriptions in India has a Mankind product. In case of sales breakup of the company, 14% sales revenue comes from anti-infectives segment, 13% from cardiovascular, 11% from gastrointestinal products and so on. Domestic sales is growing at 1.3 times the growth rate of the IPM between FY20 MAT December 2022. The company's domestic sales have grown at a CAGR of 16% between the financial years 2020 and 2022. Also, it has an established consumer healthcare franchisee with strong brand recall. 75% of products are manufactured in-house by them. This is an important point considering the perception that its products are inferior in quality as compared to some of the other branded players. It has in-house manufacturing which helps ensure that the quality is good and also makes healthy margins. The company has a wide marketing and distribution presence. It has a pan-India market distribution coverage with focus on affordability and accessibility. Talking about weaknesses, in the last 3 years, the company has spent 2.5% of its revenues on R&D, while its peers, Alchem Labs, has spent nearly 5% and Torrent has spent about 6.5% of its revenues on R&D. However, addition of products to national list of essential medicines acts as a risk given its only domestic presence. The third weakness is rise in raw material prices. The company depends on multiple suppliers and third-party vendors to source their raw materials. Also, the company doesn't have long-term contracts with these suppliers and prices are generally negotiated each purchase order. Future growth strategies. Mankind Pharma has increased market presence via focus on expanding its chronic range. Management aims to increase the market share by expanding the product portfolio with a focus on chronic therapeutic areas. Chronic is a high margin and high growth business and currently contributes 34% of its revenue, up from 24% in FY18. Few key areas being, it has hired 3,000 people during COVID period on the chronic side. It also bought the India formulations business of Panacea Biotech, which has a niche in chronic and transplant business. Panacea Biotech contributes approximately 3% of 9 months FY23 sales. The company plans to grow their market share in the following therapeutic areas, that is anti-diabetic, cardiovascular, neuro, respiratory, ophthalmology, gynecology. They also plan to enter new therapeutic areas such as urology and nephrology in the future. The company will explore in-licensing and co-development opportunities with other companies to diversify their therapeutic portfolio. It will expand in metro and class 1 cities. Mankind has a good standing in smaller towns and cities, but now they want to go to the metros and there too to the large hospitals. Their aim is to get doctors at Leelavati and Jaslok to prescribe their medicines. The company wants to grow their consumer healthcare business by expanding the distribution channel and increasing the market share of the existing brands. Also strategically acquire brands and companies across key markets. Financial performance. Now let's talk about financial performance. As of FY23 estimates, return on capital employed is 23.4% and return on equity is 26.1%. The company's revenue CAGR over FY20 and 23 estimate is 22% and PAT CAGR for the same period is 16%. As of December 2022, it has a low debt of about Rs 161 crore while cash and cash equivalents stand at Rs 293 crore. Peer comparison and valuation. At the upper price band, the company is seeking a valuation of Rs 43,624 crore with a PE of 32x based on FY23 estimate EPS of about Rs 34, which is annualized basis of 9 months FY23 and looks expensive. Will Mankind Pharma continue to find its success in the future? In line with most pharma companies, Mankind Pharma too is shifting its focus from acute illnesses like common cold and flu to chronic illnesses like diabetes and heart diseases. The management threw some light on the strategies going ahead. Mankind's consumer healthcare segment, which houses Manforce condoms and Prega News, will be ramped up. Will Mankind Pharma be able to impress the street? Well, let's wait for the next week.